What if I told you that turning 70 isn't the finish line? It's the starting gun for a bold, beautiful new race. Not the kind where you're chasing youth or pleasing everyone else, but one where you finally get to run free on your own terms. Too many of us hit this milestone and feel stuck, weighed down by old rules that don't fit anymore. Well, today, I'm here to shake things up. Let's unpack 12 things that just don't make sense after 70. And stick with me because the last one, it might just flip your whole world upside down in the best way possible. Picture this. You're sitting there, maybe with a warm mug of coffee in your hands, thinking about how life feels different now. Things that used to matter, like keeping up appearances or saying yes to every favor, don't spark joy anymore. And why should they? After 70, you've earned the right to rewrite the playbook. Society might whisper that you're supposed to slow down, fade out, or cling to the past. But I say nonsense to that. This is your time to let go of what's heavy and grab hold of what lights you up. So cozy up, and let's dive into the first thing you can toss out the window, no looking back. 1. Obsessing over looking young. The trap we've all fallen into. Have you ever caught yourself staring in the mirror, counting the lines on your face like they're some kind of scorecard? For years, the world's been shouting at us. Stay young. Hide the gray. Smooth the wrinkles. Billions of dollars in creams, dyes, and treatments, all promising to turn back the clock. But here's a question to chew on. After 70, who are we really trying to fool? And more importantly, why? A story that hits home. Let me tell you about Betty. She was 72, and every morning she'd spend an hour layering on makeup, tugging at her silver hair with dye, chasing a version of herself from 30 years ago. She'd sigh at the mirror, I just don't want to look old. But one day, her little granddaughter climbed into her lap and said, Grandma, your face looks like a map of all the fun you've had. That stopped Betty cold. A map of fun? Not a flaw to fix? She ditched the dye, let her silver shine, and started smiling at those lines instead. And you know what? People didn't see an old lady. They saw a woman glowing with life. Why it doesn't make sense? Here's the kicker. Beauty after 70 isn't about erasing time. It's about wearing it proud. Those wrinkles? They're proof you've laughed, cried, and lived. That gray hair? A crown you've earned. Chasing youth is like running after a train that's already left the station, exhausting and pointless. What if, instead, you let your light come from inside? A spark in your eyes, a laugh that fills the room. That's what turns heads, not some $50 jar of cream. Your way out. Try this. Next time you're tempted to hide a wrinkle or dye a strand, pause. Ask yourself, does this make me feel alive, or am I just scared of what others think? Focus on what keeps you humming. Good food, a brisk walk, a chat with a friend. Let your face tell your story. So what's one thing you love about how you look right now? Tell me below. I'd love to hear it. 2. Hanging onto a house full of stuff. The weight of just in case. Take a peek around your place. Closets stuffed with dresses you haven't worn since the 90s. Drawers spilling over with odds and ends you can't even name. Shelves groaning under dusty trinkets. Does it feel like home or a storage unit? After 70, holding on to piles of just-in-case stuff doesn't lighten your load. It drags you down. A tale of letting go. Meet Clara. Her house was a museum of memories. Every shelf, every corner packed with things she couldn't part with. That sweater from her first date with Jim. Her mom's chipped teapot. Boxes of papers she might need. But one rainy afternoon, she tripped over a stack of old magazines and thought, why am I keeping all this? She started small, just one drawer. Then a shelf. Soon, she'd given away bags of clothes and keepsakes to folks who'd actually used them. Her home breathed again. And Clara? She felt like she'd shed 100 pounds. Why it's time to clear out. Stuff isn't just stuff, it's a sneaky thief. It steals your space, your peace, even your sleep. Experts say clutter muddies your mind, making it harder to relax. But here's the secret. Letting go doesn't erase the past, it makes room for now. You don't need that sweater to remember Jim's smile. What if your home could feel as free as you want to? How to start? Don't tackle it all at once. Start with a corner. Pick up one thing and ask, do I use it? Do I love it? If it's no to both, pass it on. Imagine someone else smiling as they slip into that coat you never wear. Less stuff, more calm. What's one thing you could let go of today? Drop it in the comments. 3. Wading into every fight. The energy drain we don't need. Ever found yourself stuck in the middle of a family spat? Politics at the dinner table, kids bickering over nonsense, or who's hosting Easter this year? Your heart races, your voice rises, and for what? After 70, your energy's too precious to waste on battles that don't matter. A lesson from Grace. Grace used to jump into every argument her grown kids had. She'd play referee, stressing herself silly to keep the peace. One Christmas, voices got loud over something silly. Whose turn it was to carve the turkey. She thought, why am I doing this? So she stepped back, sipped her tea, and let them sort it out. The sky didn't fall. The turkey got carved. And Grace? She enjoyed her holiday for once. Her kids even started talking to her more, not less. Why it's not worth it. Arguing doesn't fix much. It just leaves you frazzled. Winning might feel good for a second, but peace lasts longer. At this stage, every minute should be for joy, not jaw-clenching. Picking your fights isn't giving up, it's growing wise. What's worth your breath, and what's just noise? Your escape plan. Next time a squabble brews, ask, will this matter next month? Is it stealing my calm? If it's not a big deal, let it roll off. Save your spark for what lifts you up. What's one argument you're ready to walk away from? Let me know. 4. Saying yes when you mean no. The habit that wears you thin. For years, we've said yes to everything, parties, favors, chores, because it felt kind. But here's the rub. Every yes to someone else can be a no to yourself. After 70, your time's too golden to sprinkle on things that don't fill your cup. Eleanor's wake-up call. Eleanor was the queen of yes. Every picnic, every errand, every can you help? She was there, even when her bones ached and her heart wasn't in it. One day, she said yes to a potluck she dreaded, dragged herself there, and came home wiped out. Lying in bed, she wondered, who am I doing this for? So, she tried something new. Next invite, she asked, do I want to go? If no, she smiled and said, thanks, but I'll pass. No guilt, just relief. Now she's got energy for her garden and herself. Why it's time to stop. Saying no isn't rude, it's honest. You're not a doormat, you're a woman who's earned her say. When you stop overstuffing your plate, you've got room for what you love. Isn't that worth it? How to break free. Next time someone asks, don't blurt out yes. Take a breath. Ask, does this feel good to me? If not, say no with a smile. You're not letting them down, you're lifting yourself up. What's one yes you'll turn into a no? Share it below. 5. Chasing a perfect life. The myth that steals your joy. Remember when we thought everything had to be just so? Spotless floors, fancy dinners, not a hair out of place. After 70, who's got time or energy for that? Perfection's a ghost we've been chasing, and it's time to stop running. Helen's holiday revelation. Helen used to host Thanksgiving like it was a magazine shoot. Polished table, 5-course meal, every detail flawless. She'd collapse afterward, too tired to enjoy her own party. Then one year, the gravy burned, the pie flopped, and she laughed. Her family didn't care, They were too busy swapping stories and passing the mashed potatoes. It was messy, loud, and the best day she'd had in years. Perfect? No. Perfectly happy? Yes. Why, it's a waste. Nobody's grading your life. That smudge on the glass, that lumpy cake, nobody notices but you. What sticks with people is the warmth, the love, the fun. Letting go of perfect frees you to live. Isn't that better than a showroom house? Your new rule. Next time you're fussing over details, stop. Ask, will this matter tomorrow? If not, let it slide. Enjoy the mess. It's where the good stuff happens. What's one perfect thing you'll quit chasing? Tell me. 6. Ignoring your health because I'm old. The lie we tell ourselves. Ever thought, I'm too old to bother with exercise or eating right? It's easy to shrug and say, what's the point? But here's the truth. After 70, taking care of yourself isn't about living forever. It's about feeling good right now. Margaret's turnaround. Margaret was 76, stiff with arthritis, and dragging through her days. I'm old, she'd say. This is just how it is. Then her doctor nudged her to try a gentle stretch class. She grumbled but went. First day she wobbled. Second day she ached. By week 3 she stood taller, moved easier, and smiled more. I feel alive again, she said. It wasn't magic, just a little care. Why it matters. Small steps like a short walk or a fresh apple give you zip, not just years. You deserve to feel strong, not stuck. Age isn't an excuse, it's a reason to start. What if you could wake up with a spring in your step? How to begin? No big leaps needed. Try 5 minutes of stretching. Swap a cookie for a carrot. See how you feel. Your body's still got fight in it. Give it a chance. What's one tiny health tweak you'll try? Let me know. 7. Clinging to draining friendships. The ties that bind and break. Ever had a friend who leaves you feeling flat? You've known them forever, so you hang on, even when every chat's a chore. After 70, you don't have to keep carrying that load. Evelyn's liberation. Evelyn had a pal, Ruth, for 40 years. But Ruth griped nonstop about the weather, her kids, Evelyn's cooking. One lunch, Evelyn thought, I'm too tired for this. She stopped calling first. Ruth faded out, and Evelyn bloomed. New friends brought laughs, not complaints. She didn't miss the old weight one bit. Why it's okay to let go. Time's too short for folks who dim your shine. You're not cold, you're choosy. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not pull you down. Don't you deserve that? Your next step. Think of one person who drains you. Cut back a little, skip a call, dodge a meetup. See how it feels. Fill that space with someone who sparks joy. Who's your Ruth? Tell me below. 8. Thinking you can't learn new tricks. The myth of too late. Who says learning stops at 70? Your brain's still buzzing, ready for fresh adventures. Saying, I'm too old, locks you out of fun you don't even know you're missing. Margaret's Spanish surprise. Margaret, 73, loved watching travel shows but never learned a lick of Spanish. Too hard now, she'd sigh. Then her grandson downloaded a language app, just 5 minutes a day. She stumbled, laughed at herself, kept going. A year later, she ordered tacos in Spanish on a trip. I did it, she beamed. It wasn't about mastery, it was about the thrill. Why it's worth it. New skills keep your mind sharp and your days bright. It's not about being the best, it's about feeling alive. What if you tried something you've always dreamed of? Your first move. Pick one thing, painting, a card game, a recipe. Start small, mess up, try again. It's play, not pressure. What's one trick you'd love to learn? Share it. 9. Dodging tech like it's the plague. The fear that holds you back. Tech can feel like a monster, buttons, screens, beeps. But after 70, Shying away makes life trickier, not simpler. What if it could bring your grandkids closer instead? Dorothy's digital leap. Dorothy, 79, stuck to her old rotary phone. When her family moved away, she felt cut off. Her daughter set up a video call one day. Dorothy fumbled, hit wrong buttons, then bam, her grandson's face popped up, waving. She cried happy tears. Now she texts, watches gardening clips online, and feels part of the world again. Why it's not so scary. Tech's a bridge, not a burden. A little learning opens big doors, connection, fun, ease. You don't need to be a whiz, just brave enough to try. Ready to surprise yourself? How to dip in? Ask a kid or friend to show you one thing. Video calls, a voice helper like Siri. Go slow, laugh at the flubs. Soon it's old hat. What tech trick do you want to tackle? Tell me. 10. Worrying what people think. The invisible spotlight. Ever held back a laugh or a wild outfit because what will they say? Here's a secret. After 70, nobody's watching that clothes. And if they are, who cares? You've earned your stripes to be you. Margaret's red dress moment. Margaret, 75, loved bright colors but stuck to beige, safer for my age. One day she said, "Enough," and wore a cherry red dress to the market. She braced for stares. Instead, a lady grinned. "You look like sunshine." Margaret strutted home, free. Nobody judged, except her old fears. Why it's time to quit. Life's too short to shrink. Studies say folks over 70 are happiest when they ditch the rule book. Wear the hat, sing off key. Whose permission do you need? None. Your bold move. Next chance, do one thing your way, loud, bright, silly. Watch how little it matters to anyone else. What's one should you'll ignore? Drop it below. 11. Skipping a money plan. The risk of winging it. You don't need a fortune, but you do need a map. After 70, money stress can sneak up fast. Bills, fixes, surprises. A little planning keeps the worry away. Linda versus Mary. Linda retired with a nest egg and spent like the good times wouldn't end. Trips, gifts, no limits. By 74, she was scraping by, fretting every penny. Mary budgeted, fun within reason. At 74, she's still traveling stress-free. Same start, different endings. Why it's smart. A plan isn't about pinching pennies, it's about peace. Knowing what's coming and going lets you enjoy without dread. Don't you want that calm? Your simple fix. Check your cash, what's in, what's out. Set a fun fund and a safety net. Spend smart, not scared. What's one money habit you'll tweak? Share it. 12. Dreading the years ahead. The big reveal that changes it all. Here's the one I promised, the game changer. What if aging isn't a curse, but a gift? We've spent years dodging mirrors, fearing birthdays. But stop and think. Not aging means not living. After 70, every year's a bonus round. Why waste it scared? Margaret's mirror moment. Margaret hit 80 and hated it. Every gray hair, every ache. She hid from photos, skipped parties. Then her great-grandson asked, "Nana, aren't you glad you're here?" It hit her, she was. She picked up a paintbrush, joined a book club, let her white hair fly. The mirror wasn't an enemy anymore. It showed a woman who'd won at life. Why this flips everything? Aging isn't losing, it's gaining. Wisdom, stories, a front row seat to now. Youth can't touch that. What if you celebrated every candle instead of cursing it? You're not fading, you're shining brighter. Your new outlook. Look back at what you've done. Amazing, right? Now look ahead. What's one joy you'll chase? Paint, dance, hug tighter. Age is your victory lap. What's your next win? Tell me below. Wrap up, your fresh start. The big takeaway. So there you have it, 12 things to kick to the curb after 70. We've spent too long lugging around old habits, other people's rules, fears that don't fit. Now's your shot to drop the load and pick up joy. Focus on you, your laugh, your peace, your dreams. This isn't the end, it's your grand encore. Let's talk. Which of these hit home? Maybe you've already ditched a few, or found your own no more moment. Share it in the comments. I'm dying to hear. If this sparks something, tap that like button, share it with a friend, and hit subscribe. Let's keep this going together. You're not just older, you're bolder. Let's make every day count. See you next time.